Hey there, garden friends, it's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. Today I am going to add compost to these beds and direct sow and transplant into them. And then I'm also going to add compost to the row crop beds and get my brassicas going. So these beds, in yesterday's video, I cleared out, and they're in really good shape. There hasn't been much soil subsidence at all, but I like to start each season, whether it's for spring or fall planting, with a layer of compost. And this is just a 1 cubic bag, 1 cubic foot bag. These beds are 4x4, so it's not a ton of compost, but it helps. It helps add extra nutrition. Now this bed, like I said yesterday, is loaded with nitrogen because it grew peas and beans this year. And so there's a lot of nitrogen there, but plants need more than just nitrogen. So the compost is gonna give them a lot more nutrition. So I'm gonna go on and dump these in. These beds are wired up with drip irrigation. These are little sprinkler things. So I just move those out of the way and try not to get the cute, adorable little lizards that are here. Watch out, buddy. These little western fence lizards are super cute, and they're really small right now, so it must be, maybe they were just recently born, but they're so adorable. And they're super curious, but I always try to be careful so I don't get anybody caught under something where they can get hurt. So just gonna spread this guy out. This is completely finished compost. I was actually just working in the backyard on our compost bin. I keep turning it because it's having a hard time heating up. It's getting there, but it's kind of been sitting in the steady mode instead of in the active mode. So, oh, watch out, dude. So I want to make sure that that stuff heats up because I won't be able to use it until it's finished. And it's starting to look good. It's getting dark and things are breaking down, but it needs a lot more time. Maybe it'll be ready for me in the spring. So I know I said I only put compost down in like the spring and the fall, but I also do it in the summer. So when I pull out the spring stuff and get ready to put summer stuff in, I will side dress everything with compost, especially if it's been a heavy feeder that I've had in the bed. So this bed is gonna be carrots and, oh boy. So this seed pod just opened. There's zinnia seeds all through here. So they're a warm season annual, so they won't be coming up in the winter time, but they may come up this summer. All right, okay, now I'm just gonna do the same thing over here. So like I said, this bed is going to be beets, onions, and I'm going to do some chives in here too, garlic chives, which normally I would put in the green stock, but I was like, what the heck? So I had to go to the nursery this morning and get some plants because the heat wave really killed most of my seedlings. They're struggling. So I will continue to grow those out, but I wanted to have some bigger ones to put in the ground so that I could have successions, but also to kind of guarantee that I'd have something. So I'm also going to start some onions from seed. This is the garden marker that really withstands UV rays. It's super important. These are yellow granics. Okay, and then I'm going to have onion Gabrielle. And these are bunching onions here. And I'm not going to worry about labeling the beets because that's pretty obvious what they are. So these rows of carrots here, there's a variety of them in there. And I have a tough time with carrots because the birds seem to eat the seedlings before they get up. So I'm actually going to cover this whole bed with row cover while they are germinating until they get pretty big to protect them. So for radishes, it's going to be 3 rows. These guys, which are breakfast radishes. These guys, which are crimson giants, and watermelon radish, which is also huge. So I just dig a drill and then I put in the seeds. And I can thin them later. However, radish seeds are a little bit bigger, so they're a little bit easier to put in just a few at a time. Okay, so everything's planted. Now I'm going to put in the irrigation. Okay, so now next steps is rigging up the row cover to keep everything protected from varmints. These are metal hoops. They're pre-bent. They fit perfect. Here you just pop them in the ends of the bed and that's nice and sturdy. Do the same thing over here. I got these from Gardener's Supply, but you can also get electrical conduit and bend them yourself. Okay, now I'm going to put the row cover over it. Camera keeps overheating, so I'm going to just show this to you really quick. The row cover's on. This lets lots of light in, lots of air, and it traps the water, so it will be perfect for germination, and best of all, it keeps critters from taking my seedlings. That's my biggest problem. So once these germinate, I'm going to give it a couple of weeks like this at least. This kind of row cover can also really help for protecting against frost for things that are frost sensitive. Because the camera keeps overheating, I'm going to go ahead and lay out those beds with compost and transplant, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done, because it's, yeah, camera keeps stopping on me and that's just irritating. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. You guys have seen planting before. So it is getting hot out here. I mean, it's literally probably only 82 degrees, but the sun is really hot. I'm hot. Anyway, I've got the first bit planted. I want to show you. And then I got to go get my kids at school. All right. So this bed is collard greens in the front. We've got cabbages and then 2 types of broccoli. And then over here is all cauliflower. This whole row. Well, not the whole row. Obviously, there's still plenty of space, especially once the zinnias come out. So I'll be planting more broccoli when those seedlings get bigger, the seedlings that are in the back in the greenhouse. And I'm hoping to find some cabbage, to get cabbages in here, more cabbage, because these cabbages are a Chinese cabbage, which I like, but I'm hoping to grow some, you know, regular big head green and red cabbage. So we'll see what we can do about that. Okay, so the rest of the schedule for this afternoon is to start working on the green stalks. I'd really like to get those done after lunch. So that's the next step. Oh, but one thing I wanted to show you. It's been hard to get hold of asparagus. I mean, probably it'll start becoming more available, but I got 2 asparagus plants today. They're gonna go where the sweet potatoes currently are over there, and it'll be a permanent bed for asparagus. So we won't be harvesting on them anytime soon, but I'm looking forward to getting that set up. Grow what you eat, grow what you love to eat, and we love to eat asparagus. So I was unable to get the soil that I needed to do the green stalks, and so I'm gonna have to wait till the nurseries open again on Wednesday, and then I can get soil and get those green stalks planted up. But I have a ton of flowers that need to be hung to dry. They've been sitting in water buckets for a couple days, so I gotta get on that. So I'm just gonna do that for the rest of today before it's time to go make dinner. Okay, there we go. Dried flowers. I've got a whole bunch there, 2 bunches there. It's getting late. It's time to start dinner. I'm going to actually really quick run out and harvest a whole bunch of zinnias because they're fresh, and use this leftover greenery that doesn't dry well to make a bouquet for the house. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you have a great time in your garden. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.